The beach,
the ocean,
the sun,
and the coconut trees
come to mind when people think about Hainan. Nevertheless, Hainan is far more.
experiencing shopping at the world's largest standalone duty-free facility,
I'm taking in the view of the space launch site while having afternoons.
reveling in the tapestry of humanity and rich history at the century-old arcade building street.
Chatting with new Hainan residents from diverse origins.
This is Hainan.
这里是海南。
Tuva e Hainan.
This is Hainan.
In Hainan, I had the pleasure of witnessing a unique fashion show. The runway was neither in New York nor Milan, but delicately set amidst the magnificent landscape of Wuzhishan in Hainan. Instead of professional models, ordinary villagers graced the runway. What they proudly showcased was not contemporary designer clothing, but rather traditional attire adorned with rich ethnic characteristics. This is the village fashion show of Wuzhishan, presenting a splendid portrayal of traditional costumes to confidently exhibit the cultural richness of Hainan.
去年的4月11号，习总书记来到了我们五指山的麻辣村。他指出我们的梨苗服饰很漂亮，可以找巴黎的时装周，所以因此我们就策划了这么一个春秋的一系列活动，向世界展示我们梨苗文化，展示我们那个乡村振兴的一些成果，民族的，就是世界的。
The most eye-catching element on the runway was the delicate and dazzling Li Brocade. This ancient brocade art, encapsulating Li's cultural history spanning over 3,000 years, is known as the living fossil of China's textile industry. Against the backdrop of the runway, I had the privilege of meeting Miss Liu Xianglan, a dedicated inheritor of Li Brocade, thriving with vitality and vigor, integrating ancient heritage into modernity. She graciously invited me to her studio and shared insights into the rich history and contemporary significance of Li Brocade.
打下来，就按照这个一踩中间，它会生出这个格式来。当时我们这农村妇女就是没有衣服穿，剥了那个树皮，碾成线才能织。后来呢，我们就通过我们的农村的妇女的聪明和智慧，所以呢，就开始用传统的药织机编织出我们这个美丽的图案来。
What left the most lasting impression on me were the vibrant and lifelike patterns adorning Li Brocade. Interestingly, these patterns aren't confined to the fabric alone. Rather, they can be found in every corner of Wuzhishan. Like ancient codes, they carry unique meanings derived from the threads of locals' existence, adding a sense of enchantment to the entire landscape.
李锦的代表性特别多，来自于生活，来自于劳动的工具。比如我身上穿的这个就是人纹，代表跳舞的意思。这些呢都是我们的植物纹，比如我们的所施的一些晒呀，都是织在我们的筒裙上。像我这一身穿的这个，我们是通过4大工艺来织的，通过纺线啊、捻线，再染、再织。制作成衣服，所以我们大概这套衣服呢，用了就是3个月的时间来做。
Li women, known for their wisdom and diligence, also exhibit a keen eye for fashion. Surprisingly, historical records indicate that more than 3,000 years ago, Li women were already pioneering the fashion trend of miniskirts.
农村妇女的早期的时候呢，超短期呢，就是我们在插秧啊、种田的这方面，就是很方便。
So it's beautiful and convenient at the same time.
From her mother's influence, Liu Xianglan embarked on the journey of learning Li Brocade making techniques at a young age, and finally became a national inheritor of the craft in 2009. However, she was not completely satisfied with her personal achievements, and with her deep affection for this ancient art, she established the Li Brocade Inheriting and Training Institute. There, Liu Xianglan led the women of Wuzhishan to engage in inheriting and continuing this incredible mode of craftsmanship and art. The Li Brocade craft has not only become their pride, but also allowed them to overcome poverty and live a wealthier life.
因为我爱礼锦，我也怕礼锦的失传。06年的时候，我就创办了一家礼锦专业合作社，我也组织了很多的姐妹们跟我一起学习礼锦。他们掌握了这些技艺，也提升他们的经济效益。因为礼锦它改变了我的生活，改变了人生。我想带动更多的人融入礼锦的文化，黎族的文化传承也要靠我们的现代的年轻人，因为我们要更多的人来学这个礼锦，让它不要失传。
Among the many young trainees of Liu Xianglan, there is a girl from the Li ethnic group, born in the 1990s.Who, with the passion and creativity the young can inhibit, has breathed modernity into the ancient art of Li Brocade.
那我本身就生长在这个黎族跟苗族的聚集地，小的时候3月3的时候会祭祖，是最隆重的，也是我们黎族跟苗族最大的节日。家里面不管是大人啊、小孩啊，都会穿着民族服饰，唱着山歌，从小让我种下了礼锦的这个情怀。我们的公司最大的初心，也就是想说，在使用中传承，以现在年轻人所追求的颜色色块做一个喜好点，使用的人多了，传承的这个意义就更加广泛。这一件呢，我们就取了护林员的一个颜色，加上了一些民族的图腾。像这一组呢，就是运动风的校服的感觉。我们现在有非遗进校园，小朋友也会有一些民族的时尚在里面。这个是传统的服装，要不我们试一下吧？
好的。
噔噔噔噔，这就是我的黎族新娘。
I'm trying not to move.
Wearing these beautiful costumes, I could feel that they were more than a simple garment, but rather a brilliant cultural piece, rich with history. Every stitch and every color narrate the passion and enthusiasm of Li people for their ethnic culture.
从一开始在做这个事情的时候，我们就有了一个目标，能够走向我们的巴黎的时装周。然后礼锦它本身就是世界的非遗，希望可以跟它一起走向全国、全世界的大家瞩目的一个地方。
The traditional Chinese textile craft of Li Brocade has garnered considerable attention among some foreigners. I had the opportunity to meet with one of them.
When I first came to Hainan, I really had no idea who the Li people were. I had not heard of them. I had a Chinese friend gave me a piece of Li Brocade as a gift, and I appreciated it and I still treasure it, but I didn't understand the background behind it. Later, through traveling into central Hainan and coming in contact with the people who are making Li Brocade, then I started to understand more. The more I learned, the more I fell in love. One thing that really fascinated me was that the Li people historically have no written language. How did they pass down their history? How did they preserve their culture? How did they tell their stories to the next generation? They used Li Brocade. They wove the patterns with meaning. So each pattern tells a story. It's wonderful. They are keeping that tradition alive. And I want to do anything I can to support them.
In 2022, the Island Fund store opened its doors. Nikki personally designed and produced a range of items from jewelry to various souvenirs. Her inspiration stemmed from traditional Li Brocade patterns.
These are refrigerator magnets. They're hand painted on coconut shell. Yeah, so
That's
very Hainan, right? This is the fish pattern. And this is my newest design. It is the lightning pattern. Li brocades are so beautiful. They take a great amount of skill to make. Through items feature Li brocade designs, I feel like we can get more people around the world interested in this culture, and then they can start to learn more about Hainan, about the Li people, and about their traditional arts, because these traditions are so important. They should be encouraged.
Whether it's the well-versed locals specializing in Li brocade or the adventurous souls from distant lands who've chosen Hainan as their home, the allure of this ancient craft resonates deeply within them. Their passion fuels diligence and creativity, transforming them into a bridge, a connection between ancient tradition and modern fashion. With each splendid Li brocade garment, we can traverse through time and space, bringing ancient Li culture from Wuzhishan to the world. These creations shine brightly on the international stage, eloquently narrating the thousands of years old charm and traditional beauty of Li brocade and Li culture, introducing and spreading this ancient art across the globe.